a dope beat. Step two, step. He went out a dope beat. Step two, step. He went out a dope beat. Step two, step. He went out a dope beat. Step two, step. He went out a dope beat. Step two, step. He went out a dope beat. Step two, step. He went out a dope beat. Step two, step. He went out a dope beat. Step two, step. He went out a dope beat. Step two, step. He went out a dope beat. Step two, step. He went out a dope beat. Step two, step. He went out a dope beat. Step two, step. He went out a dope beat. Step two, step. He went out a dope beat. Step two, step. He went out a dope beat. Step two, step. He went out a dope beat.
What up, football fans? This is Prime going live for you on the hump day with the Prime Extended Cut. I hope you're ready to talk about some football. Hope you're ready to, discuss all the things that are going on in sports, because there's a whole lot going on right now. I mean, woo-wee. From everything going on in baseball to everything going on in basketball and, the few things going on in football. Trying out a new thing here. It's kind of funny story here. Real quick, as we start off the extended cut, is I went out and I got this tapestry, and I thought it was pretty cool because of the colors. I thought it was like green and brown, and turns out it's a little bit more than that. So I'm gonna have to work on that here in the next few weeks. This tapestry is not exactly what I thought it was. What up, Raymond? Yeah. So like I said, the tapestry is not exactly what I thought it was. So I'm gonna have to get something a little more sports oriented than that. Here in Prime Studios, the indoor studio, of course, a little bit too cold to be outside right now. I tell you, it is freezing cold. It feels like 10 degrees or something like that. Who knows? But thank you all for coming in on a Wednesday night for this Prime Extended Cut. I got a few things, of course, I'd like to discuss. What up, there? I mean, we're going to look at, of course, the quarterback situation in the NFL. We're going to take a look back at the All-Star weekend of the NBA. And I got to look a little bit ahead at that Fury-Wilder fight. So if you have anything to say about any of those subjects, you just jump on in, type it up in the messages, and I will, of course, respond. But, we're looking at the quarterbacks. We're looking at, and now I'll be looking at that until all those bricks have fallen. What up, Pete? Now, so, of course, we did have, as of yesterday, our first signing of the free agent quarterbacks, and that was Drew Brees making his move. He's going to stay with New Orleans. The Saints are going to go on another run with the old Drew Breeser. Yep. I mean, let's disregard the fact that the man lost the last two playoff games pretty much on his own. Well, whatever. Anyway, so Drew Brees is going back now. This means that, of course, Teddy Bridgewater is, I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, is he going to, I don't think he's going to stay as the backup quarterback there in New Orleans, but I don't think he's going to go anywhere else to be a backup quarterback either. Now, for Teddy Bridgewater, I've heard all kinds of crazy stuff, such as him possibly becoming a Buck, but sitting behind Jameis Winston, who, after the LASIK surgery, I guess that's going to be the miracle that he needed to not throw, 30 interceptions. But who knows? But I just don't see why Teddy Bridgewater would go to Tampa Bay and sit behind Jameis Winston. I mean, he did go 5-0 with New Orleans last year, so I don't know. I mean, that's the most recent record he has, and he's undefeated in that with, granted some outstanding weapons and a really good team in the New Orleans Saints. But, I mean, Teddy Bridgewater, I don't think he's going to go anywhere to become a backup quarterback. Now, of course, there are a couple other places, I think, where Teddy Bridgewater might fit in, and I think he could go and he could be the starting quarterback for Chicago. But at this time also, why not? If Teddy Bridgewater, 5-0 with the New Orleans Saints last year, really thinks he can put the money where where I think his heart is. He's a humble guy. He hasn't been around like talking all kinds of smack. But, Teddy Bridgewater is probably, I could see him actually going to LA and being a Charger. That's right, taking Phillip Rivers' spot there and, having to face, some of the best quarterbacks in the league there. I mean, you got Mahomes with the Chiefs and Carr with the Raiders. Now, Carr with the Raiders brings up something pretty interesting because what has not died down is the talk about Tom Brady possibly becoming a Raider. There's still that rumor, 2 years, $60 million. They're putting Tom Brady at a $30 million a year clip. Sure. I think Dak Prescott's asking for 35 or something like that, and I don't know. Who's a better quarterback? Anyone want to tell me who's a better quarterback between Dak Prescott and Tom Brady right now? I'm not talking about all time. I'm not talking about in the last 10 years. I'm talking about right now. Right now. Anyway. So, anyhow, I still don't think that the Raider Nation could stomach having Tom Brady as their quarterback, but I do kind of wonder about one thing though. Let's hypothetically take a look. Like, what if Tom Brady comes over to the Las Vegas Raiders, okay, and then Carr goes to the New England Patriots? I've heard that. Carr to the Patriots with Tom going to the Raiders. Now tell me this. How bananas would it actually be if that ends up being the AFC Championship next year? I mean, do you think that with the potential of signing a number one wide receiver and paying a bit more attention to the defensive side of the ball, that the Vegas Raiders could actually be like one of those teams that goes from 5-11 or whatever to 11-5, 12-4? You see it all the time in the NFC South. I don't even know what's going on in the water down there. They got something going on anyway. But imagine that though. I mean, is Tom Brady the elixir, if you will? Can he elevate that team to playoff contention? But meanwhile, wouldn't it just prove my point all along if Carr goes to New England, who, mind you, went 11-5 with Matt Castle? Could Carr then go, 12-4, 13-3 with New England and Bill Belichick? Oh man. That'd be a hard pill to swallow. The sad thing is that's a realistic possibility. There's a real good chance that switcheroo could happen. Tom Brady in Vegas, Carr in New England, and the thought of it just makes me kind of sick. If you're just tuning in, this is Prime with the extended cut. That's right, I'm here on your Wednesday nights all through the off season. I tell you what, it gets real juicy in the regular season when I can just talk football the whole time. We're still waiting on a bunch of the quarterbacks to get settled down, and I think it's all waiting really for Tom Brady to get figured out. So once Tom Brady gets figured out, then every other quarterback, including Phillip Rivers, who I don't know, people are saying is leaning towards being a Colt, he's going to battle it out with Brissett, Jacoby, who. I don't know. Jacoby was a better quarterback before he got hurt, but isn't that the story? We got a big old scenario here. Brady gets hurt by week 5, and he's even slow. Can he be slower? I don't know if he can be any slower. And yeah, he crumbled over the pressure at third highest. Yeah. There is all. Trust me, Logan. I know. But the thing is you're battling this conceived idea that Tom Brady is the GOAT. I mean, Joe Montana became a Chief, Stranger things have happened. But, Carr doesn't have that. In fact, I think Carr, no matter what, I understand he put up some decent numbers, but, decent numbers in a loss really means squat. I don't care if you pass, he had 74% completion rate for, 240 yards and a touchdown and an interception or something like that. You know, if it all comes in a loss, it really doesn't matter. So, anyhow, and on the other side of the ball, you got the guy with the championships. I know, Tuck Rule. Tell me about it. Oh my God. Oh, why don't we just bring out a snowblower and remove this snow here so we can kick the field goal on grass in this snowed-in game? You know? Oh man. You know, I don't know. You know, Tom Brady doesn't have a big injury history. You know, everyone appears on the Patriot injury report like every week. So, you know, someone's got a hamstring or a thumb or toe or something. Who knows? You know, but yeah, it's really that's the fulcrum. That's the point that really makes everything else go topsy turvy. Is where does Tom Brady go? And right now, the biggest thing out there is, believe it or not, I still can't believe it. We're talking about Vegas, but you know. Hey, do we have any basketball fans here? Just out of curiosity. I mean, I know we're all Raider or football fans usually here, but do we have any basketball fans? Because I don't know if anybody was watching, but oh man, Logan, he's that guy. Logan, I tell you what, I know Brady averaged 1 yard per rush, but do you think? What do you think? Is he supposed to average 3.5 yards per rush? You know, is he an average NFL running back? Is he Lamar Jackson? Like, no, man, he doesn't run. The guy, if you breathe on him, he'll crumble. Like, no. But what he brings is football acumen and smarts, and he's on time and work ethic and discipline. That's what he brings to the table. And I'm not saying that there's anybody there that doesn't have that, but there's no one there that has that in all them rings. So, hey, championships. You know, my compadre, if you will, you know, the commish, that man puts a value on Super Bowls and championships beyond, you know, any other stat. You know. So, what, has he got 6 of them? Crazy, I know, right? Maybe he can bring some of that to Vegas. You know, they like it bright and shiny. Him and his model wife could step up and be like, hey, we're here to win a Super Bowl. Who knows? I don't know. But you know what was really cool? What was really cool was the NBA All-Star weekend last weekend. That was, I mean, there is not a better All-Star weekend in sports than the way the NBA does it. I mean, the Pro Bowl is hardly football. I mean, this year it was two-hand touch. It's tough. But man alive. And, oh, man, some of the you know, I don't know if I've told you guys before that I'm not a Laker fan, but I am a Kobe fan. And, you know, I'm rocking my Kobe, you know, USA jersey right now with a little stain over somewhere on one of these sides, but whatever. It was funny, right? Because I'll tell you a quick story, guys. I happened to be in Kansas City when I heard that Kobe died. I've got some family down there. And we were at a restaurant, right, having lunch. Or maybe it was brunch, but whatever. And one of the people I was with suddenly says, Kobe Bryant died. And I'm like, no way. I couldn't believe it. And then all of a sudden, like, news kind of went all the way around the restaurant. And before then, everyone was chattering, chit-chat, blah, 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 there's a roar. Thanks, there. And then all of a sudden, the whole restaurant just got quiet. Like, the whole restaurant got quiet. And that's just like as the news that Kobe had passed had hit everybody in the room. It was nuts. You know, people were like suddenly on their phones, and then they're just like looking up in amazement, as in, what the? And you know what? And like I said, I wasn't a Laker fan. I was a Kobe fan. I was an absolute Kobe fan. And, yeah, I mean, I love sports, man. If y'all don't know, I love sports. Like, I don't know why I love sports. I just do. And sometimes there are athletes that really hit home for me for some odd reason. So, you know, Kobe was definitely one of them. And for some odd reason, just like the tragicness, the suddenness of the occurrence, like, you know, it was a helicopter crash. How many people died in a helicopter crash? That shit doesn't happen. But it did. It did. And I was totally fine. I didn't like cry or anything. I mean, I felt sad, but I wasn't crying about it until they said, he's a 6'6" guard out of Lower Marion High School. Kobe Bryant. Whatever. His introduction. And dude, I got all misty eyed. I was like, right there. It had to man it up. Anyway. But this All-Star game was amazing. First of all, man, the league looks awesome. Coming up in the next few years, there's going to be some players. I saw some people talking about Moran, in there. I mean, Moran, Williamson. I mean, there are some ballers right now, young ones that are going to be coming up. Luka Doncic, he was in whatever. But anyway, boy, the league is going to be looking good for the next few years for sure. And then, I mean, when was the last time the slam dunk contest was interesting? I'm not sure. It's hard. It's like they go off again, on again. It's like one year they're jumping over Kias, and then the next year, I don't know. It's just forgettable. But this year was good. I mean, there's a little bit of controversy. It was like Aaron Gordon. He was he was coming back to win it. He had his own like Dominique Wilkins story going on. He's like, man, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna win this thing. And Brown had something else to say, and a lot of people say Gordon should have won that one. But bottom line is the slam dunk contest was interesting. The 3-point shootout contest was interesting. And all of a sudden, the big men are ruling the skills challenge that they have in the NBA All-Star Weekend. Like, the big men are better passers than the point guards. But isn't that sort of indicative of where the game is right now? And so the All-Star Weekend was absolutely fantastic. Now, it all culminated with a really great game. And that game was different than any game that I'd ever seen before in terms of basketball because of the way they did the whole quarter thing. I was like confused for half of it. But all I know is, instead of having a clock in that fourth quarter, just trying to reach that score of 157, that was cool. Man, I'd never seen such defense in an All-Star game. I'd never seen such level of play in any All-Star game. Most All-Star games are just to not get hurt. Oh yeah. For the record, if you guys don't know, I am 42 years old. Kobe Bryant's a year younger than me. He was born in 78. I was born in 77. So, he's a world-class athlete and a scholar and speaks languages and writes books and makes films and stuff. I am, I'm here with y'all right now, baby. Hey, and I'm covering the draft in April. Haha, Vegas. All right. Anyway, but man, nobody does the All-Star game. Man, all right. Now, popular music, be as it is. But Chance the Rapper was all over the All-Star Weekend, man. Someone jumped over him on a slam dunk during the slam dunk contest. Someone jumped over Chance the Rapper, and he does a halftime show for the All-Star game. And then, Lil Wayne comes out. Lil Wayne looks like some alien gremlin or whatever, but he's Lil Wayne, whatever. And man, some other dudes come out, and it was a better halftime show than Jennifer Lopez and Shakira. I like that whole shake it, all night long. But man, yeah. So that halftime show was pretty outstanding. Yeah, Kobe, man, I tell you what, he's gonna be a story throughout the whole year. But bottom line is honestly, the NBA did a really good job. Oh my gosh, Shaka Khan sang the national anthem, and the only thing about that whole thing was like she was saying the words to the national anthem, but she wasn't like singing it like how you sing it. Like, you know, oh, say, can you see? Like, she had a whole different tune, a whole different melody. Like, she was on her own thing. And she just Shaka Khan the national anthem. But overall, what I'm saying is the NBA does it better than everybody else. Everybody else. Hockey, get out of here. It's cold. You know, I don't want to go see a sport. Well, I don't care. I'll sit in the cold and watch a football game. But that's different because I love it. Anyway. So yeah. You guys are kind of quiet in the comments tonight. Yeah, Logan, I tell you what. Me and the commissioner are going to be in Vegas this year at the draft. At the draft, I'll be at all the NFL events, being live and all kinds of stuff. So if I see you, you got to go live with me. We're going to do a live interview right there, you know, and we're just going to talk football, talk Raiders, talk more football. That's, you know, I'm a football guy. Commission's a Raider guy. Together we cover it all, and we love it. We love it. Hope to see you there in Vegas this year, April 20-some-odd or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm staying at a hotel and casino that is 2 miles away from the draft where they're gonna have the draft. But I'm gonna walk it because I'm gonna be in Vegas, and you got to walk in Vegas because it's Vegas, and there's always something to see in Vegas, man. That's what I hear. But good looking out there. Yeah, that NBA halftime show was yeah, the halftime show. Yeah, it was. Right. Exactly. I mean, that everything the NBA did that weekend, pretty much they nailed. I mean, is there a better like post game show than Inside the NBA with Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal and Ernie and Kenny Smith? Yeah, Kenny and Jet Smith. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Sweet, Logan. All right, man. Well, definitely, I will get you. We'll live on the strip. By the way, it has been noticed that sometimes I'm a little drunk on location. So, yeah, you know, bear with me. That's all I'm saying. But anyhow, Ernie Johnson, thank you. I was like, yeah, that show is the best, dude. I don't care. Like, I was never a big fan of Shaquille O'Neal, but nah, he's all right in the show. I mean, so Charles Barkley is. I tell you what, it's more fun to imitate Charles Barkley. You know, that's terrible. I can't even do it, but it's fun. I don't care. You know, that show is great. If they talked football and they actually knew something about football, because the reason why they talk about basketball is because, 66% of them played, you know? Like, yeah. Oh, man. That show's good, though. It's funny, you know? They're insightful. Sometimes they break stuff down. You know, they break down games, what's that? Man, big wide receivers the Raiders could get. Yes. I'm not talking anything about the draft until after the combine in terms of like rookies coming up. Because I just got to see a little bit more. I just got to see where they are now, you know? But, I mean, there's two that come to mind right off the bat in terms of wide receivers the Raiders could get. Big time wide receivers. One of them is AJ Green, man, from Cincinnati. He's a free agent this year. Now, he's coming off an injury, but I don't care. When that guy is healthy, and I'm sure he will be, I mean, all those injuries are minor anymore with modern medicine and the way they can clean up a torn ACL in 6 months or whatever. But, yeah, AJ Green, tell you. He would look mighty fine in the new Raider uniform there. He's definitely a number one. But man, did you hear? Yeah, Blacktown Raiders, little dog. All right, no. But, I mean, did you hear, Antonio Brown? AB. I say you got to talk to his shrink before you talk to his agent, and I don't think he has an agent. So, yeah. Those are the two biggest wide receivers I think that are going to be free agents this year. Once we get once I see the combine, and I'll do a little combine reflection show. We'll take a look at the combine, notable rookies, and see what teams are looking at who, just to find out, just to keep an eye on the league. So yeah, I'll watch the combine and I'll see what we got in terms of that next crop of NFL players coming in. And in the meantime, yeah. I think the wide receiver out of Cincinnati and, of course, the crazy one are the two best free agent wide receivers right now. But, I've already talked about, the NFL, the quarterbacks. Who knows? We got to wait for Tom Brady. I hate waiting for Tom Brady. I don't even like Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady should retire. I think he's a system quarterback, and if he goes anywhere else, he's going to fail because he's not that good. I don't care how many championships he got. I know, totally contradicts what I was saying earlier, right? Yeah, his agent did drop him. I know. He's like, hey, even I, man, like, you got to calm down, I don't care. As soon as I saw him dye his mustache white, I was like, this guy's stupid. He needs help. Yeah, he needs help. Anyway, if you're just tuning in, I don't know if you're just tuning in or not, but if you are, you're watching the Prime Extended Cut. I just talk about sports, especially in the off season. I could, if once the season starts, I'll have plenty of football to talk about and analyze and, oh man, provide perspective on and that kind of good stuff. But it's the off season, so I'll talk a little bit about football. Drew Brees got signed, but I'll talk about some other stuff too. The All-Star game was absolutely amazing in terms of the NBA over the past weekend. But there's another event that is happening that I also want to look at and get your guys' perspective on as well. Is anyone going to watch that Wilder-Fury fight? I mean, it's only the most interesting boxing match in 25 years or something like that. I don't know. That Conor McGregor Moneyweather fight was what did I say? Anyway, Mayweather Mayweather fight was pretty interesting. I was hoping Conor would just knock him out, but whatever. But man, Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Is there a better name in boxing? I guess, than Tyson Fury? Oh man, if you want to know the best free agent linebacker to see as a Raider, you might have to talk to the commish. I don't know. All right, well, just a little background if you're new to the Prime Extended Cut. It's only been around for 2 weeks. But, I mean, I was on Ghost to the Post for a good long time, like, with the commish. But then Facebook changed some stuff, so we can't do stuff together anymore, because Facebook doesn't really like friends. They only kind of like friends. Anyway, but my man, the commish, he is all about, like, just potential Raider news, and Raider news. But, oh, man, I see people, bam, people going for Fury, Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King. Woo! Oh, I'm so glad he didn't go WWE. Like, I mean, I understand if that's what you got to do. I mean, people got mortgages. Go to WWE if you can. But man, this is the only fight that I've really cared about that's not mixed martial arts. I'm a big mixed martial arts fan. Adesanya's going to fight March 7th, or against, oh man, it's going to be a good one. I can't wait, but I'm going to have to watch it March 8th because I got a gig March 7th. But anyway, yeah. So it was a really controversial draw in the last one. The first time Fury and Wilder fought, including a 12th round knockdown, by Wilder. And in the press conference, actually, Deontay Wilder, he was like, man, this time I brought the nails and the hammer from Alabama. I'm like, a hammer from Alabama? I'm thinking this means he means business. I don't speak Southern. I brought the nails and the hammer from Alabama. I don't really know what you mean. but I am going to assume that Romero, that's right. That's right. Good looking out, Ricardo. Yeah, Adesanya's going to fight Romero, and that dude's, he's cock diesel strong, dude. Ooh. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, that's Raider Ortiz. What up, dog? Man, are you going to be in Vegas? I hope you are, dude. Yeah. Anyway. But Wilder and Fury are going to be ridiculous. I mean, I watched the last one, and I'm telling you, man, I don't really watch boxing anymore. I became really disenfranchised with this league of athletes that seem so damn corrupt and inconsistent. You know, why are there still an IBF and a WBF and a whatever, all these different belts that really don't mean shit unless you got all 5 of them? We can't just have like one big unified friggin' boxing belt league thing, championship. Anyway, but this fight is still going to be good. This fight is still going to be amazing, and I am definitely going to watch it. And yeah, I won't even tell you how I watched it last time. It was, man, there were Blackbeard's over there like, damn. Anyway, and then coming up March 7th, that's right. Let me just get into some UFC. Israel Adesanya versus Yoel Romero, dude. That's going to be an amazing fight because, well, I mean, if you just look at the two guys, you're like, Romero's going to crush him. You know? Because, you know, Adesanya's like got wiry strength or whatever, you know? But no. Adesanya's got skills on skills on skills that I had never really seen before. I mean, Anderson Silva's like, I mean, he saw it up close. He got a 2-piece and was like, oh, you know, but still. So Adesanya's from another planet, man. Dude, he is the last style bender. But Yoel Romero looks like he could, man, he looks like Bo Jackson, man. He looks like he could walk in and play any damn thing he wanted to. He could step in the batter's box and hit a home run, you know. He could get handed the ball and he could burst through the line and run for 74 yards and a touchdown. I mean, that's what Yoel Romero looks like as an athlete. Meanwhile, the wiry guy that is Israel Adesanya, man, I don't know. I can't call that fight yet. I got to go with the champion until someone beats him, though. I do. I've seen him face adversity before, you know. Adesanya is no joke. No joke. So, yeah. Ooh. Oh, whoa! The commission coming on saying Yoel Romero is juiced? Yeah, they don't know. They make you pee in cups in the UFC? Ooh. Raider Ortiz coming out with a prediction right here saying he doesn't think so. He says Adesanya beats Romero 3rd round KO early minutes. Right on, you know. I tend to agree. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't pick against Adesanya right now. But Romero looks like a hoss, and he kind of is, and he knocks people out. And I got good word that he has been popped for performance enhancing drugs, PhDs. You know, so he's a cheater, Yoel Romero. But oh boy, he looks like a cheater. He looks like an 80s linebacker. Is what he looks like, dude. Like, yeah. And I really do think, well, honestly, I think Adesanya is the more skilled fighter. And Adesanya, he's just going to dance around with him, you know. He's going to jab, whatever, elbow, whatever he's got. Adesanya's bad. He's a bad man. Woo! All right. But Fury and Wilder, I'm still not sold. I don't know who's going to win that fight because I tell you what, Wilder has some of the he fights like he has like Tourette's or something. Like he's twitchy. I don't know if he's got the quick twitch athlete, but he's, you know, I mean, Tyson Fury does, not Wilder. Wilder punch you, but Tyson Fury he's all herky jerky and awkward. But it's still, that's part of what makes the fight great. Because, I mean, between the head movement and the actual boxing that's happening here, man, I tell you what, I mean, a highly skilled boxing match almost looks, man, a highly skilled fight. All right? A highly skilled fight. That's from boxing to MMA. It is chess to the highest degree. It is chess to the highest degree because it is of the greatest consequence. You know, you can king my queen or whatever all you want or whatever, but if I knock you out, that's a little bit different. You know. Anyway, I got a little bit off. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone's doing all right. If you're just tuning in, this is Prime with the extended cut, coming to you on Wednesday nights. You know, every week now. I know it's tough finding topics. I hear you. In February, it's still February, the longest February ever, and yeah. So we just had the All-Star break, of course, for the NBA, and that went really well. We still have, of course, Drew Brees, the first quarterback off the board in this All-Star signing, or not All-Star, free agent signing, pardon me. All-Star free agents. That's what I'm getting at. If I could spit it out, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, the All-Star free agents. Now, I don't think... Oh. Allowed to throw sloppy haymakers. But that's straight right. Puts dudes out. Puts dudes to sleep. So... And I know he's definitely looking to knock out Tyson Fury this time. So... last time he was able to get him down in the 12th round. And... now, I just hope that, or I don't know. I don't hope. I guess, who am I rooting for? I guess, I don't even know who I'm rooting for in this. I mean, I kind of like the Gypsy King's name, like the Gypsy King. You know, he's a nomad. It reminds me of myself, you know, like, where are you from? I'm from everywhere, you know. Gypsy King, well, I think he's British, but whatever, you know. So, it's got to be the most interesting fight in 20 years, most likely. So hopefully this comes out to something better than a draw. That draw was a little bit, I mean, who's ever satisfied with a draw? Except for maybe the guy that feels like he lost. It's like he snatches a draw from the jaws of defeat. Yeah. Hey. So, anyway, I am going to cut it just a little bit short tonight, guys. I want to thank, of course, Raider Ortiz and Logan for chipping in, not to mention the commish, you know, making an appearance. I tell you what, as soon as more football news happens, you know, maybe, yeah, I'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. In the meantime, if you have any questions or any thoughts, you know, towards anything I've said tonight, go ahead and put them up in the comments. This is Prime in the Extended Cut. I will see you again a week from today. You can always catch my Prime Cut on the morning show, on the Raider Reaction Morning Show, Monday through Friday. This is Prime, heading out. Deuces.